More than 1,800 flights had to be canceled today, many of them in the New York area. Mark Murphy, the founder of TravelPulse.com, is live from chilly Philly to help put this travel backlog in perspective. Yeah. Mark, good to see you. How many passengers are being impacted by these cancellations?
Tens of thousands when you start talking about 1,700 flights and you talk about 200 passengers per plane. They all have to get rebooked. They're all being held up at the airports. Hopefully they got warning before they got to the airport and they're not there and they're sitting back in their hotel room, as long as they have a hotel room, right?
It's been back-to-back winter storms. So for the airline industry, this has got to be costing them a lot as well as travelers.
Yeah, you know where the impact is? The impact is on the airlines when it comes to business travelers, right? So business traveler has a meeting, can't get out, cancels the meeting, no reason to fly. That's lost revenue to the airline. And that's the high yield revenue for the airline. That's where the guy's paying $1,500, $1,600 to sit in coach next to the leisure traveler who booked 3 or 4 months out that's only paying $300. So that is an impact to the airlines. The leisure traveler tends to get out and tends to get rebooked. Business traveler, not so much if they miss that important meeting.
So you talked about the ripple effect, so it's not just the impact on the airline industry and the travelers. Tell us, explain if you would, how much this ripples out.
Okay, so think about the travel industry. Think about all the areas it touches. It's the largest employer in the world. Everybody from taxi drivers to people who work at attractions to waitresses and waiters and bartenders. All of these businesses get impacted because they, in many places, rely heavily on the tourism and business travel trade. When that slows down or comes to a stop, that economic impact is felt literally at every level of the economy. And that's where you see, in my opinion, the biggest hit. It's not the airlines per se. They'll get their revenue. They'll get it in fees and high fares, et cetera. It's the guy on the ground that doesn't get the money for working that shift that then doesn't spend the money, which impacts the economy.
Mark Murphy, thanks so much for joining us. Coming up next, it's not just about the bragging rights.